people don't love Aldi, but I think that's crazy if that's how you feel. Hi everybody, welcome back, or if you're new here, hello new friend. I'm Nicole and thanks for joining us today. Today we're gonna talk about how I feed my family of 5 on $280 a month. Now I did a blog post about this a while back ago over on the Nickichicki blog. It was titled How I Feed My Family of 5 for $260 a month, but some time has passed since that blog post. My kids have aged a little bit and it's currently summer vacation, and I don't know about you, but my kids wanna eat everything in the house all the time.
It's great.
Now, before we start this video, I want to make it clear that my goal is not that everybody who finishes the video will be able to decrease their grocery bill to as much as mine is, but rather to give you tips that I have learned over the years of how I feed us so affordably. Obviously, where you live will make this vary dramatically. I'm originally from Alaska, and their prices for food are crazy high, so it's not going to match, but hopefully you'll pick up some new things that you didn't know before that will help you bring your grocery bill down a little bit if that is a goal of yours. Also, I should say I myself am vegetarian, so when I am doing the meal planning, grocery shopping, I don't buy any meat, and so I'm sure that helps keep our grocery bill very low too. I don't know much about the world of meat. I've been a vegetarian for most of my life, but it seems pretty pricey. We do occasionally buy it though because I am the only one who is vegetarian in my home, and so if my husband requests something or wants to bring something home for him and the boys, he will buy it. So it is in our bill sometimes, just not all the time. So with that covered, let's get into the tips. Before I even head to the grocery store, the first thing I do is meal plan. Meal planning will save you so much money. You're not just going to the grocery store without any kind of plan and just grabbing all willy-nilly.
Even though that's fun too.
And I do this a couple different ways. If it is farmer's market season, I like to go to the farmer's market first, grab whatever looks good that they have, bring it home, and then I will meal plan around that. That is my personal favorite way because you're gonna get the freshest produce, the best tasting stuff, and the most nutritious because it's traveled the shortest distance to get to your house. Let me know if you want a video on that down below, and I can definitely do more on seasonal eating. Farmers markets are really going to vary on your area. I happen to live in the middle of nowhere, farmland, so my farmers markets are very affordable, but I do know that some people who live in bigger cities, their farmers markets are not the same. They tend to be more pricey. So if that happens to be the truth of where you live, and instead of going right away in the morning, going at the end of the day, because sometimes those people, they don't want to pack everything up and they will cut you a deal, or they'll throw in like some free stuff for you. So at least try that and see if it works out, but don't like ask because that'd be really rude. The next thing I do is make sure that I take stock of all the food that I have in my house. If I have leftover lentils from last week that I can still use, I will try to find a recipe that uses lentils so that I don't have to start completely from ground zero to build a recipe, and I just have to fill in the pieces. And then I like to go also on the grocery store's website to look at their flyer to see what produce is on sale for the week. The next tip I have that saves us so much money is cook from scratch. And this is generally the tip that I get the most.
I don't have time to cook from scratch.
Believe me, I run a full-time business and I have 3 kids. I get it.
We're all busy.
I used to say I'm too busy all the time, and I will never forget what someone once told me that stopped me from saying that over and over. We make time for the things that are important to us, and that is so true. It's important to me to feed my family well, and if I can do that and save money, then I will make the time to do it. I definitely get way busier in the fall and winter season since I'm running my knitwear business, and so, you know, just do the best you can. We don't cook from scratch all the time. I would say in general, I cook from scratch once a day. Usually dinner. Lunch tends to be leftovers, breakfast tends to be something easy. Don't feel like you have to take on all this stuff to save money. Just try to make like a little change in your life. If you weren't cooking from scratch, you know, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever, try to incorporate it maybe just a few times. Same thing with me being vegetarian. Maybe try like a meatless Monday. The next tip I have that won't be available to everyone but has really changed our grocery store game is shopping at Aldi. At Aldi, I can legit overflow my cart and my total is like $100.
It's incredible.
None of the food there is name brand, and so I think that scares a lot of people.
But because I research everything,
if you go on Google and like search the brands, you will see that a lot of them are associated with the name brands that you do know. I don't know exactly why they're selling under a different name brand you haven't heard of. I'm sure there's a reason, but you don't have to be scared of it. It generally tastes the same. It's just less money. If you don't have access to an Aldi, you may want to try shopping at like a Sam's Club or a Costco. for anything that you use up a lot that would make sense for you to buy in bulk. Also, speaking of bulk, let's talk about bulk bins.
I love bulk bins.
You'll save so much money when something doesn't already come with like a ton of packaging. I use bulk bins to get our oatmeal, our rice, our flour, anything that we use in large quantities that are our pantry staples, and for things that I only need a very little bit of. Have you ever gotten a recipe before and it says this one ingredient that you've never heard of in your life, so you have to go out and you buy this package of it, you use it once and then never again? Yes, you have. I'm saying it for you. This is why bulk bins come in great. If I need a teaspoon of blah, 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 I can go out and only get a teaspoon of that ingredient from a bulk bin, and no waste, saves money. Win-win. There's also a fair amount of things that I don't buy from the grocery store. Because I'm cooking from scratch, I don't buy many frozen foods, I don't buy salad dressings, I'm not buying like pre-packaged cookies and stuff for the most part, and I don't buy any kind of sodas or juice because we really just don't drink them usually. The last tip I have is to try making friends. This one is optional. It's not something that everybody has to do or is gonna be able to do, but if you can make friends with the people that you see every week at your farmer's market or how often, sometimes you can get some good deals. They'll throw in some free stuff in your bag. I've talked before about how we get our eggs for free because we know someone who has chicken. Last summer, there was a beekeeper that was handing out like giant jars of honey, and my in-laws brought me one over, and we had this like huge mason jar of honey that lasted us for a very long time. It never hurts to be a little sociable and just see what happens. But don't like go in with the assumption that like you're only making friends to use people, because nobody likes that. No, don't do, that's not the tip. Don't do that. And there you have it. Those are all my tips of how I feed my family for $280 a month. It's not always $280. I know that's kind of a random number. It's just usually what it averages about to be. Some months I spend less, some months I spend a little bit more. Again, just do the best that you can do. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know below in the comments if you have any questions or any comments. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe, because I like friends, okay? All right, everybody, bye!